Hi, I'm Greg Stubbings. In the next few minutes I'm going to give you some examples of my broadcast presenting work, as well as some more colourful off-Broadway productions. I hope you enjoy. The Crowd Goes Wild is an irreverent daily sports show on Prime TV and the Sky Sports Network. I'm the sole South Island correspondent for the show, reporting and distorting anything resembling a sports story down here. We all know the South Island doesn't have the bullying the North Island does. Take the CGW posse for example. Up there they have loads of overrated globe-trotting reporters, researchers, cameramen, editors, muffin ladies, and they put the show together in a fully pimped out studio with a couple of punk-ass presenters. Whereas Southside, it's just me and the handicam. Represent! Is it really surprising that us South Islanders like nothing more than laying some hate on Auckland? Do you feel particularly hatey this week?
Yeah, I always feel pretty hatey when I'm playing Auckland. There's certainly no, it's easy to get up for, that's for sure.
A lot is made of the whole we hate Auckland thing down here. Do we hate Auckland?
Yes.
Do you think there's a place for hatred in the modern game?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think there's a place for hatred in the game?
Yeah, I certainly do. I certainly do. There's probably not enough of it around on the field. Everyone's a bit the PC these days.
Yeah, maybe the rest got to let the hate come into the game, really.
Yeah. Bring back the hate.
Bring back the hate.
Yeah.
Well, it's Buck. Buck needs to come back too.
There's a few things that need to come back.
Oh, exactly. Do you get those smoking lollies that you pull out?
No, you can get them, but not the red bits on the end.
Oh, why not the red bits?
I don't know. With that side of the stand missing at AMI Stadium, and you must lose a lot of hatred. You could have had surround hatred, you've only got that one side now.
Yeah, no, exactly. And there's everyone's always moans about how hateful our crowd is, and well, they've always been pretty good to me, so I can't really say much.
There's a lot's made of the whole Canterbury we hate Auckland thing. Scale 1 to 5, 1 being you want to have their babies, 5 being you want to eat their babies. Where do you lie?
I'm sort of against eating babies. Sort of just something, I don't know. There's a few boys here that might do that, but
no names? No.
Yeah, no, I've been not give names.
How old are the babies?
18 months to a year.
Pretty tender at that age, aren't they?
Yeah. It's the Grab a Seat Grand National Mascot Race. What role do you think the mascot plays in the modern game?
To be honest, I think it's just basically atmosphere. Just get the crowd riled up.
Does it translate to the bedroom?
No, sometimes I wear the hat.
So have you been training for this event?
Oh, a wee bit. A few beers, a few laps around the pool, yeah.
How are you rating your chances?
Oh, there's a few imposters there. There are a few young bucks that have come in that shouldn't be there.
Scandal.
But,
give me some names.
Scandal.
Give me some names.
Oh, shit, the Kick's an imposter.
This skullduggery just brought home that even though this may have been men in fluffy animal suits, there was nothing suspiciously camp about any of it. It's funny to see, because I was in Dunedin last year. The Shet the Cat I saw had like a gut that went halfway to Mosgiel and was about 3 inches shorter than you. We've covered some weird stuff on this show, but this took the cake and ate it too. Chicks doing sport.
Oh, we are Canterbury Scope Tactics and we represent...
Look, I watch a lot of TV, so let me tell you something about sport. You got your men's rugby, you got your men's cricket, men's soccer. You're seeing a pattern here.
We're like half of the population in New Zealand.
Who is?
The women of New Zealand. So there should be a place for us to get our names out there and show how good we are.
I don't think she was seeing the pattern. See, the thing is, love, if you ladies want to be sportsmen, you're going to have to match it with the blokes.
Well, we do go to great lengths to try and feature on Smash and Bro every week. Anything that we can do to add a bit of pizzazz hopefully might have the same entertainment value as people running around like cavemen hitting each other every week. So yeah, I reckon we can match it with the men. Do you want to wrestle?
No, I thought you might iron that for me. Greg Stubbings. Crowd Goes Wild. I was once the producer and host of Meet TV, the only primetime comedy variety show broadcast throughout New Zealand on Southland TV.
To many of us, Jemima was the quintessential doll next door. Born Jemima Bobaima Scenic Circle, she grew up as the billionaire heiress to the Scenic Circle motel empire.
Due to a suspicious fire, the footage of me presenting the live show has been lost. But the reason I included this show here is it was considered good enough to be picked up for development funding by TVNZ.
One night you're Bangkok with your best friend's brother.
Of course, to be honest, a short time later, the commissioners sobered up and the dream was over. In between production jobs, I've tried to develop a few of my own television concepts. The latest being a show about New Zealand courtship culture I call The Meat Market. With 2 E's this time. Your mum's told you a lot of stories about great ways to meet people, but who has the time or bananas to test these out? That's why we made someone else do it. What do you rate yourself out of 10, James?
Maybe a generous 6.
That's pretty generous. But luckily today we're putting a surefire myth to the test. Can a cute dog pull chicks? Obviously we couldn't find a dog as chick-tastic as these ones, so we went for the Mexican non-union equivalent. And exactly how cute is Pinto? So cute that before we can even hide the camera, women are flocking to him. Anyway, let's start the trial. James does his best impression of a seedy bastard trying to pick up women with a cute dog, and it works. A foxy redhead approaches. Not really the target market, so we try to hide the camera further down the street, and James is immediately stopped by a chick in Daisy Dukes, and we're almost certain she's over 16. Then drama. Against all odds, James is suddenly 13 deep in woman. He's like a younger, poorer, uglier, less charismatic Hugh Hefner. When it's all over, James looks pretty happy with himself.
That was pretty excellent. I think definitely probably more women than I've ever talked to in my life right there at the same time. Which is kind of sad, but and they didn't really look at me, but I was there.
Maybe they thought you were a circus act. Either way, can a cute dog pull chicks? That's a definite quite possibly. What about if you were in a museum and you saw someone looking at a T-Rex and you're like, I like T-Rex, we've got something in common. Now when you're in a bar...
But you might not have that in common. That person might just be looking at their T-Rex because it's the biggest thing in the room.
Hey, well that's... Anyway. You wouldn't... But at a bar, see, you don't know what you've got in common. All you've got in common is that you both drink.
Yeah, but you're going to have some kind of conversation. You are going to have some kind of verbal interaction, like before anything else
Pretty limited
happens.
though.
Yeah, well, it depends how pissed you are, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I'm wondering whether the binge drinking culture is actually part of the fact that we don't have any other way of meeting people. So it sort of fuels it. You're home alone, lonely on a Saturday night. You might as well get pissed and go to the pub. What other options have you got? Yeah. You can't go to the museum because clearly that's not an option.
It's not fucking open, is it?
And of course, I'm also super famous on YouTube. Thousands of marlin have been caught on lures, live baits, dead baits, but despite many, many attempts, no one's managed to land one on an ostrich. These days all the pros are using stuffed ostriches, like Paris here. Strangely enough, this video has got me more jobs than anything else I've ever made. Make sure you tune in next week for highlights of my tuna bowl. When I jumped out of a helicopter into what I thought was a school of feeding tuna, but actually turned out to be a woman's triathlon. Call the cops. Thanks for your time.
That's hot.